Woo! It's the ghost of Frankenstein, y'all. Paula Dean here. No, I'm just kidding. Hello, everyone. Z3 KO Trinity here. First off, I want to tell y'all something. Unfortunately, I did a video of the Wolfman, and YouTube would not allow me to post it due to copyright. So, unfortunately, you won't be seeing that video at all, which is a bummer because it was one of my funniest videos I have done, and I don't know, just that it was my first. It's not really a copy strike. It said it weren't like a copy strike, and it doesn't go against my account, but they had to kind of block it. And then the first time I uploaded it, it flat out deleted it. And then I thought, well, maybe I can upload it as a private video so I can at least keep the video. Nope, it got flagged too. So no Wolfman. Sorry, guys. If you want my review of the Wolfman, though, Letterboxd. Right now, we're going to watch The Ghost of Frankenstein. I love the Frankenstein movies, so I can't wait to see that. And I won't be able to show you guys any clips from the video, nor will you guys be able to hear the audio of the videos, because I want to continue doing these videos, but I don't want them to be flagged, if that makes sense. Well, it makes perfect sense. Boop. So, yeah, let's get this thing going. So, what are my expectations before I hit play on this? I actually have high expectations, because the past few times I haven't really had that much expectations, and they've been blowing me away and like surprising me. So, and I love the Frankenstein movies. Like, they're all of them have been really, really good. So this will be in A Ghost of Frankenstein. I have high expectations, and I hope it's really good. But before I hit play, I want to top it off with a yoo-hoo. So let's crack this bad boy, freaking Badland Chug style. Here we go. Let's hit play. This video has been brought to you by Yoo-hoo. Go get you one. I'm not really sponsored. So, interesting cast. I like how they're bringing back the same people for these movies. Like Sir Cedric Hardwicke, he was in The Invisible Man Returns. They also have Ralph Bellamy, which was in The Wolfman. Lieutenant Lionel Artwell, which was in The Son of Frankenstein. And the notorious Bela Lugosi. Bella the macaroni and cheese. But someone isn't back, and that is our old pal Boris Karloff. He has been replaced as Frankenstein's monster by Lon Chaney, the guy that played the Wolfman. Well, Lon Chaney Jr., my bad, has been replaced to play Frankenstein's monster. Let's see how this goes. Yoo-hoo! Okay, this is a test run just to see if I can, if I'm even allowed to use the audio in some of it. So we're just going to do the beginning.
There's a curse upon this village. The curse of Frankenstein.
There's a death curse.
It is true. The whole countryside shuns the village. Our fields are barren. The inn is empty.
My little ones cry in their sleep. They're hungry. There is no bread.
There is no chicken sandwiches.
Frankenstein.
This is nonsense, folks. You talk as though these were the Dark Ages. You know as well as I do that the monster died in the sulfur pit under Frankenstein's tower. and that Igor, his familiar, was riddled with bullets from the gun of Baron Frankenstein himself.
Igor does not die that easily. They hanged him and broke his neck.
We've all took turns trying to kill him.
Sitting beside the hardened sofa here, playing his weird horn, as if to
A weird horn. He's just, Igor's just sitting there with his huge horns, trying to bring the monster back from the dead.
be a new mayor after the fall election.
Oh, new mayor! Get his old crusty ass off the throne.
Wipe the last traces of these accursed Frankensteins from our land.
People are right, Your Honor. I agree, Your Honor.
Guy in the back. I agree, Your Honor.
Dead riches can affect the prosperity of this village. But do as you will with the castle. It's yours.
We'll blow it up.
Blow it to smithereens! Damn, they're beginning of the movie. They're already gathered their pitchforks and are heading to the castle. And Igor is sitting at the top going, "What the fuck?" He's like, "The monster's dead. Y'all don't have to rally today." You're like, "Why are you pissed off, village people?" I do like the fact that it's like literally beginning right into the action. Igor, what are you gonna try to do? Oh. It's all Igor. It's the little bastard up there. Y'all see him?
No reason to blow up the castle.
Alright, well, I'm going to cut the video here. I'll see y'all in the next one. Okay, so the new Frankenstein looks pretty weird. I'm not quite used to that. So here's what happened. The angry mob started blowing up the castle like piece per piece, and while it's being destroyed, old Igor is trying to make his way down to the bottom part so he could be safe and not get killed. Well, it blows a huge chunk from that section that he's in, and apparently it like reveals the monster's hand, and it's like still moving, still waving, so he's still alive. And Igor turns around and looks at the hand moving, and he has this like cheesy ass little face. He's like, it was really funny. I just laughed so hard at it. I looked the way at like, you know, Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell the way he looked at that hand. So, but now he's undug out the pieces off of the Frankenstein's monster, and I'm just kind of like, I mean, no disrespect to Lon Chaney. I'm sure he's going to do a great performance as the monster, but Igor's probably like, you survived the sulfur pit, but you look a little different there, old monster buddy, old pal. Did you get a haircut? Your piece is a lot more square. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and let's continue watching. All right. So they successfully escaped the castle. They were making their way down the mountainside when this lightning started striking, and the monster kind of shoves old Igor out of the way and gets struck by lightning. And Igor turns, and Bela Lugosi gives his Oscar performance facial expressions in this. And the monster gets like rejuvenated from it, and he's all excited, and he pops on that face again and gets his excited face, and he's like, "Your father was Dr. Frankenstein, your mother was the lightning, and she's come to heal you, come to give you her nipple, her little Franken nips. And apparently Frankenstein had yet another son out of nowhere. They're like, surely he won't fuck up. So it's cut to him, and his assistant is the guy from Son of Frankenstein. I literally said the actor's name earlier, and then it just completely left me. It's easily done. My mind just kind of goes sometimes. But he's like his assistant, his Igor, if you will. And his name is Ludwig, or Ludwig, however you pronounce it. Ludwig Frankenstein. So let's see if he's as mad as his brother and father, which he probably is. Okay, so I actually like the looks of Frankenstein's monster now. He's all cleaned up. I think they made him look taller. That's a little weird, but he's got this like classic black suit on and just the classic monster look. So he looks a lot better. I will give him credit. No, he ain't no Boris, but I'm going to give him credit. You know, I'm just going to flush that out of my mind and just give him a chance. So far, hasn't really shown too much of Frankenstein, just that he's pretty cocky and smart. And his assistant, which is Dr. Boehmer, he basically was once above him, but now I guess he kind of works for him, so he like surpassed him somehow. But yeah, he said due to a slight miscalculation that he surpassed him. But we'll probably learn more about that a little later. And it was funny, Frankenstein's monster and Igor came walking through looking like people you'd see out of like a high-rise building or something. And now he's talking to a little girl. We all know how he feels about little girls. Especially near water. Alright. So after helping the little girl get her ball down, the townspeople thought he was going to endanger the girl because he was weird. And even after he brought her back down, they ravaged him and locked him up in prison. So that monster can't win for nothing. And now Igor has finally met up with Mr. Ludwig, and he's kind of blackmailing him, blackmailing his name, saying, you don't want people to find out that you're related to the Frankenstein that made the monster and the brother that brought him back to life, do you? And he's all like, no, I don't, no. And he's like, well, you will help his mind and free his body and all this kind of stuff. Give him a big wiener and all that good stuff. So, yeah. Let's see what happens. Alright, so the difference between this Frankenstein and the other Frankensteins, the previous two, is the fact that he actually doesn't want nothing to do with this monster. Igor is kind of pushing him a lot further to helping them by having the monster kind of break free out of the jail place. Just the name of Frankenstein kind of like sets off the monster. And, he basically came in barging into Frankenstein's work lab, started beating up a couple of the people. I don't know if he had killed them or what. You know how these old movies go. But him and his love interest are genuinely just trying to find a way out of this predicament. They're upset because of their past is somehow caught up to them, even though it weren't really their past. It was just the fact that his name is Frankenstein. But I wonder what's going to happen. So this movie is really picking up. They're wanting to do an operation on the monster's brain to remove the killer brain that it originally had to a more kinder brain, and that way it'll make it a lot more human, I guess you could say, a lot more kinder. And they're wanting to put Catherine's brain in to the monster, and Igor is wanting to put his brain in there. So, at the same time, like I said, Dr. Frankenstein kind of doesn't want no part of it. He just wants to figure out a way out of it. But the other doctor, on the other hand, Dr. Bromer, or whatever his name was, he is interested in the monster and wants it to kind of stay the way it is. So we're going to see how this plays out. Y'all! And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the ghost of Frankenstein. What happened was they performed the brain surgery. There was an angry mob once again showed up. People went missing. The guy's daughter's missing. The whole town is throwing down. And the cops found out where everything was going on. Well, he thought he had put the brain of the guy that died, which was his friend, in the monster's body. But turns out the other doctor did the old switcheroo and they put Igor's brain in. So now he was all powerful, it was still Igor in the monster's body, and he was all powerful. He was, killing people left and right, turned the gas on, was killing the people. And then all of a sudden, he lost his vision. He was no longer able to see. And he was like, "This is some bullshit. What's going on, doctor? What's wrong?" And they're like, the brain of the other guy had the same blood as the monster's body, whereas the brain of Igor didn't. So it would function, but it would lose other senses. And Igor starts knocking over stuff and catches the whole place on fire. And Frankenstein and his love interest escape. Everyone kind of escapes. And the ending was really, really cool, where it kept showing transitions of the monster's face as it's melting in the fire. I thought that was really neat. Did it live up to my expectation? I don't really think so. It was kind of under what I was expecting for a Frankenstein movie, but not by much. I still quite enjoyed it, and I'm glad I watched it. For the full review, as always, look on my letterbox if you care. And yeah, that was a really good one. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Oh, and I will give props to Channy, to whatever his name is, Lon Channing. He did a good job. Boris, I always liked him as the monster, but he did a good job. There was a couple scenes that were really scary. Like when he bursted off the table and reached for the guy. That was pretty creepy. But until next time, I'll see y'all later.